Yes. On this, our Independence Day, the most Murica of Murica holidays, 4th of July, the time where we show our pride in Murica. What did I do? I watched Japanese cartoons that we're about to talk about. And also I had Japanese food for lunch, funnily enough. And I bought some manga this morning. Also, I drive a Hyundai. I'm not much of an American now, am I? So yes, we return to the world of Cardfight Vanguard today. Now with Will+Dress. No more overdress. Nah. That is so yesterday. That is such for babies. But this is the adult version. This is Cardfight Vanguard. Will+Dress. The most poggers Cardfight Vanguard show fucking ever. If you're not ready for this, you get the fuck out of here and you go watch... I don't know. There's not a lot going on this anime season. Also, just to give a little heads up before we get started. So naturally, 9 out of 10 times, Yu-Gi-Oh! Episodes go up subbed on Mondays. It wasn't today, probably because of the holiday. So I'll get to that when I get to that for this week. Going forward, since both of these basically show up on Monday, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out a plan. Also, for anyone who was asking, I know a couple people have brought it up, I finished up Build Divide Season 2, so the plan is to get that out during the week as well. Also, I believe the English update for the Cardfight Vanguard ban list is, I want to say tomorrow at the time of this recording. I didn't talk about the Japanese list because, well, they said we would get an English version, and probably like last time, the English version will have stuff tailor-made for the English meta, so I figured, like I do, I don't really talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG ban lists that much, because I just don't really care, because again, it doesn't affect my ability to play in locals. I didn't really talk about that either, but obviously, when that comes out, we'll talk about the good, the bad, and why the fuck is Dark Strain on the list? What the fuck? So, yeah, anyways, until then, let us talk about the first episode of Cardfight Vanguard Will+Dress. And what a first episode! And by what a first episode, I mean it kind of follows the pace of all Cardfight Vanguard season premieres. So the episode opens in media res, meaning it happens in like the middle, showing Yu will be facing the guy who's playing the Keter grade 3 that, if I'm correct, kind of works like Luard, which gives me feelings this thing might get busted a little later as we go. But yeah, it shows that eventually he'll fight that guy in this big tournament they're going to fight. Gee, never heard of that before. Season 2 of a Cardfight Vanguard show has to do with a big tournament. But yeah, no, so eventually that's going to happen. It looks like Yu will be on the ropes. But until then, we then go back to the present where we're actually still following this dude. And I actually think it's kind of interesting. The episode is not told from Yu's perspective or Megumi's perspective. It's told all from new character perspectives. I don't think we've done that really since Naoki's first episode in the original Vanguard. So that's kind of a neat little change of pace. We'll get more into that when we're introduced to the girl character a little later. But the first half of this episode is more or less told from this guy's perspective, where we see he's on the student council. He's very popular. He's very proper. He comes off as very intelligent, and that's kind of his big thing. We also learn that he attends Yu's high school, which I assume we'll get some scenes of them together at school, which will probably just be yaoi baited by the internet. But yeah, no, it was kind of a straightforward introduction. He's the popular kid. He's the cool kid. He's the guy everyone likes who's involved with everything. And we will see by the end of the episode how that probably makes him an antagonist. But yeah, no, so then as he's going home, he is on the bus. And then onto the bus. Also, I like the detail the girl character is in there. I think it's a nice way of... Vanguard's strength is always that it's more of a soap opera. So obviously showing little character connections or where characters are, I think is funny. I kept expecting her to wake up and that'd be part of the plot. But no, she's just on the bus asleep. It's a funny little way to introduce that character. And also just a nice way of making everything feel connected, which is a strength of Vanguard when it's good. But yeah, no, so onto the bus comes the most Tatsunaki looking motherfucker since the last time we saw some Tatsunagis. This guy, honest to God, looks like they took the older brother and decided, how do we make him look more femboy? But yeah, no, so this guy comes on. He's probably our big baddie, head of whatever organization the bold dude is part of. If he's part of it or whatever, we'll get to that, I'm sure. But he comes on the bus, and I like this guy's atmosphere to him. You see, in Will+Dress, a big aspect of this show is every character is presented as flawed, not really knowing what they want out of life, unsure of themselves. The only characters who have felt like in control for the most part has been Zorga guy. That's Zorga, right? Yeah, Zorga guy. And that's kind of about it. Obviously, like, Tamari is fairly in control of herself, but for the most part, the character where the gimmick is he exudes the concept of being sure of what he wants is that dude. Now we have this guy who immediately comes on and is just giving this aspect to him that he's running the angles. He knows more than he's saying, and he's perfectly okay with letting you on that he knows more. The minute he gets on that bus, he is giving off the impression that he's up to something. He is planning something, and this guy knows it, but he can't help but be curious. The little interaction where it's like, oh, did we know each other in a past life, person whose name I know? Then, of course, he gives him the invitation to the tournament, and they dismount. And I like this introduction. We obviously won't know for a while if this guy's going to be a baddie or not, but in terms of just right here, right now, I'm very curious to see what they'll do with that guy. Again, the fact that he's so much different from the way a lot of our characters are is a very smart way to just instantly make a character feel more interesting. The idea that there's just something a little bit different from everybody else with him. But yeah, no, so then those guys are out more or less for the big chunk of the rest of the episode. And so then the girl is woken up by the sound of the bus coming to its last stop, where she frantically gets off, find out she's lost, and I don't remember her name yet, but she's funny. I like her. I kind of like the idea that she is sort of like what I was just talking about. She's young, she's overly energetic, she's easily confused, easily scared. It's endearing, it's cute, it's fun. The strength of the show is the characters, and I think playing her off as maybe a little airheaded, a little ditzy, I think just kind of makes her fun. But so then naturally, she then runs into Megumi, and Megumi is all like, oh, what are you doing here? Here, come to my Cardfight Vanguard club and waste an hour. That's totally an illogical thing to do. But yeah, so she brings her to the Cardfight Vanguard club, and while Megumi is changing and the girl is looking out on the stage, we get our hint that it's very clearly going to turn out that she played Vanguard before and something bad happened. They are not hiding this. I don't feel like it is supposed to. I am pretty certain you are supposed to come to the immediate conclusion that she has had some involvement with Vanguard previously in her life, and now she's here. And something happened, and her arc in the story is going to be learning to feel comfortable around Vanguard and Vanguard players again. Again, like I said, it's not very well hidden. But yeah, so she brings her to Yu, and what a great way to show off Yu in this first episode, how he's grown from the last arc. First up, he's literally grown, as now he's the same height as Megumi, but also just showing him as more confident, strong-willed. He's got a cool new jacket. A lot of people I've been noticing saying that Yu got drip in this episode, which makes me think women gonna be getting wet for Yu up in here. But yeah, no, he looks really cool, and I like how it's reflected in the actor. Like, the way he sort of plays it, it's still Yu's sort of, like, cute little Shota voice that he just has, but you really do get the sense that this is a more stronger, confident young man. When she said, this is our leader, I didn't sit there rolling my eyes thinking, oh, he's just the leader now. I genuinely felt that, yeah, no, Yu is the leader, and it feels fitting, and you genuinely believe it as the rest of the episode goes. The rest of the episode, though, is pretty much what you expect. It's a teaching fight. They don't use card effects. It's showing off the new girl's deck. And again, like I said, it very clearly insinuates she knows about Vanguard, but had a bad experience and doesn't want to talk about it. Everyone else is really fun. Tamari's a lot of fun in her 3 scenes. She's the one I hope gets a little bit more to do now that they've had a whole season to see what people liked about her and how to work her in. And based on the fact that she was given just more animation, I think says that they'll be doing a bit more with her. But then, of course, at the end of the episode, Tatsunaki-looking motherfucker, yeah, that's just going to be my name for him, shows up. Yeah, that's fireworks. It's 4th of July. Anywho, but yeah, no, this guy shows up, gives them all invitations for this big tournament, including the new girl, and her reaction is really funny. And then the episode cuts where we see that Ketter, the new guy, is like, you lost, you don't deserve to laugh. Me, I'm gonna have an arc where Yu teaches me to be happy. And the episode ends, and I'm excited. I really enjoy Cardfight Vanguard Will+Dress. I really like these characters. I like this story, and obviously I like Vanguard, otherwise I wouldn't talk about it every week. But what did you think about this episode and the reintroduction of everyone? Are you excited for what is to come in our new characters? You better be. You're here, so I assume you are. But anywho, as for the Vanguard question of the week, I could go with something relevant, or something they did when Yu and the girl started fighting is that it specifically establishes that you have to have the grade 0 from your ride deck face down before you start the game. I so often than not at locals and even at like Springfest and shit find that people will more often than not put their grade 0 out until the game starts and stand up Vanguard and all that. So my question is, which do you do first? Just do you put the 0 on first, or do you not do it until you start the game and you just play it from the ride deck? There's no right or wrong answer. I won't rat you out to the judges. Unless we play in the next tournament and you're winning, in which case I'm rule sharking you, bitch. But anyways, tell me about that below. And as always, click to like, click to subscribe, and join me next week for seeing some more Cardfight Vanguard goodness.